The conference is obviously about what we've got on the agenda. Some great speakers and a lot of interesting workshops. But remember, this is Wales Mental Health in Primary Care Network. What does network mean? Meeting people. So the exhibition stands in places where you can go and look and see what's going on, but also, of course, it's a time when you have a chance to have a chat with one another, and that, too, is very important. I remember when we first had a conference, I think it was in 2003, it was here in Cardiff. Jane Hutt, the minister, came along and spoke to us, and I think we must have had about 70 or 80 people. It went very well. But I think wamhinpc, not only just in its conferences, but in all sorts of respects, has moved on immensely. It's become very successful. But it's not just the conference that matters. It's what you learn, the connections you make, the changes you make when you get back home again that are really important. And I hope you'll find plenty in today that will help you think, help you plan for the future, help you to work with others, and to remember about person-centeredness, trust, communication, all those hallmarks of our gold standard program. One of the workshops today is being led by people who won one of our bursaries. I don't think I've got time enough really to tell you all about all the bursaries, nor indeed the specific one that you will see about in the workshop. But just to remember that if you have a good idea but just are short of some cash to make it work, that we do have bursaries, and you look on the website and you will find details of that. And although this is not decided as yet, we are thinking about the other side of the coin, giving an award. Bursary is something that yet hasn't happened. An award, which we might introduce, and we're interested to hear your views on this, will be something for work that people have already done. And we might try and get people to put forward suggestions of projects they have completed and that they then think are worthy of an award from wamhinpc. As I say, and perhaps there was a step in the mark there, because I don't think the core group, let alone our chairman, has made his mind up about that finally. But I thought you might be interested to have a sort of forewarning of it. So there's lots going on in wamhinpc, but there's lots going on in the field of primary care mental health. And we've got a program today which I think helps you to cover some of the key issues. Now, perhaps the main issue at the moment for all of us that's on our mind is the measure. I think it's going to potentially have a massive impact on what goes on in primary care mental health, to the benefit of all the people that we care for and their carers. But also, I think, for us as well, because I think if we can all work together better, because we've got links and so forth, I think that's going to be a major step in making our work, which we enjoy so much anyway, even more enjoyable. And then we've also drawn attention through the program to some things about dementia. The dementia is something we all have to have an interest in because it is an increasingly important problem. I don't know how many of us here will suffer from dementia in the future. But some of us will. And our families will be affected, our communities will be affected. And are we ready for this challenge? It's going to be a massive challenge, and I think something that I think we all need to think about and be prepared for, and workshops for you to go to listen about this. And then, of course, there's also the other end of the spectrum, children, adolescents. If we don't look after them, don't solve their mental health problems, they become adults with mental health problems. And as we all know, if you don't deal with the problem early on, it can sort of become, not a particularly scientific word, but ingrained, become more of a problem. So I think we need to think about that as well. Conferences, as I say, this has been oversubscribed. It's about 125 people who are here, I think. But how many of us work in primary care mental health in Wales? Far more. So how do we get to those people who weren't able, for one reason or another, get to this conference? I'd be interested to know your views about how we manage this, because this is a hugely important area of practice, primary care mental health. It's not just a question of primary care, it's also about our communities, about individuals. It affects the whole of the population of Wales. What more important topic can you come to than that? So we need to know how we get our messages across, what those messages should be, and how we can do it more effectively. so that people are really aware of all the issues that we in this room regard as being important. So if you have ideas, if you want to put forward ideas, please do, and let us know how involved you want to be, because that really is crucial. So I think enough from me. I think it's time now that I hand over to the more important people, and I'd like to introduce Barbara Bonus and also John Roche.